We got some fun stuff to discuss today, Uncle Bill. And the big thing that everybody's talking about, what in the hell is happening with Scream Factory, with Shout Studios, whatever you want to call them. And there's lots of rumors. There's people online saying, oh, they're going out of business. And a lot of stuff on the store is like marked down like never before. So what do you think about all this?
Honestly didn't think anything about it until today when like you and Garrett were talking about it. I just noticed that like they had a shitty sale going on. And I mean, let me be honest about this when it comes to Scream Factory. That shit could be marked down to like $5 and I still wouldn't want to buy it. But like Land of the Dead and Ghost of Mars, like it's like $17. And I was like, I still don't fucking care. Like I didn't buy any of that stuff. Like I just didn't.
I came close a couple of times. I'm not going to lie. I had some stuff in my cart. But the more I just sat there and looked at that stuff, I'm like, do I really need
It's
that
like,
shit?
what are you going to do with it?
Even
I'm not going to watch either one of those movies again.
as funny as it would be to hold up Creepshow 3 on Blu-ray, I know in my heart I'm never going to actually watch it again unless somebody pays me again to do something with it. But the thing is most of that stuff that they were selling and that was on sale, and I called it the poor decision sale. And we talked about it when it came out, when a lot of these came out. I mean, not Land of the Dead or, Ghosts of Mars or anything, because those weren't like, I don't know, what was Abraxas. They released a limited edition of that.
I actually bought Abraxas when it came out because Jesse Ventura was in it.
It's like $5.99 now, $5.99.
Yeah, but there was a lot of those on there that were like $4 or $5 that those were the ones I almost bought because I was like, well, who gives a shit? I mean, at $4 or $5, like, but I knew I would never watch. They would just sit over here on the shelf, like.
Yeah.
I
never did buy anything.
I didn't either. But ultimately, so that sale, like, ended up leading, like, on the Discord, which, by the way, Discord's a good thing to join if you want to join the DEADPIT Discord because it's pretty hopping right now. That kind of led to this discussion about, like, what's going on with Scream Factory. And I guess you and Garrett basically had heard some stuff. I know Garrett did a video about it, so.
Yeah, I didn't really check because I think Garrett was mainly looking at the sale and stuff and was like, hey, what is going on here? But I did have one particular person that is in the kind of the physical media business say, hey, I can tell you what's going on. Just don't mention any names. And I'm like, man, I love a scoop and I will definitely not call you out on it or anything. But yeah, I mean, lots of rumors are going around about their demise. Unfortunately, they're not leaving just yet, from what this source told me. Now, the company that owns Shout Studios did merge with another company called FilmRise, and evidently they are scaling back production. So if they did 200 titles this year, which is possible, I don't know how many different titles they did. They're all shit. Next year is going to be way less new titles, maybe even as little as 10% of what they did this year, but a lot more re-releases and repackages and stuff like they've been doing.
What else they've been doing, really? Like, I mean, that's 90% of their whole year.
Right. But I mean, they did do, some new stuff, like studio stuff. And I think maybe because a lot of this shit, like the Wolfman and fucking Last Voyage of My Peter, and all that is like on closeout. I'm thinking that they may have learned their lesson with that because, like, again, these are mainstream studio titles that they were trying to get $36.99 plus shipping out of when the Blu-ray counterpart of those was like $10, $12.
So the story right now is that they're not actually going out of business. They're just kind of like reorganizing. Yeah. I heard about layoffs too. Didn't they lay off?
They did.
People?
did a lot of layoffs, and I guess that goes with the amount of productivity or production or whatever you want to say. They own all of the Hong Kong stuff in the libraries that they've accumulated over the years. So there's some stuff that they flat out own.
Hmm.
And they're going to be doing a lot of the similar half-ass stuff that they've been doing this year, like Steelbook re-releases, Amazon exclusive Steelbooks, maybe Walmart exclusive Steelbooks. They are going into original content and going more into original content and streaming,
Ah,
according to this
fuck.
source.
Can they not do that? That'd be great.
Yeah. They had a big meeting about this a couple of weeks ago from the main studio executive there, and yeah. So I mean, they're not relicensing a lot of the stuff that they've gotten from the studios either, like Warner Brothers or Universal or whoever else. So it sounds like ultimately, going through some of this other stuff that I'd gotten, they're slowing down a lot on new acquisitions. So it may be similar to what Blue Underground has done over the last, 10, 15 years or so. And man, honestly, like I think that this is another nail in their coffin ultimately. I think that this studio is at the end of the day within the next 4 to 5 years probably going under because so many other studios are doing it better than them now. I mean, there's pretty much everybody is doing it better than them. Terror Vision is doing it better than Scream
You
Factory.
know, that's sadly true. And I never thought I would say that, but like that is the case. Like Scream Factory doesn't to even really seem to exist to me anymore. They're there and they put out like re-releases of stuff they already released, but like in terms of anybody getting excited about anything they do, that hasn't happened in years to me.
Right.
Like,
Well, again, look at the Friday the 13th set. They're not relicensing that. So whenever that contract ends, which evidently is going to be really soon because it's going out of print, and people are doing backflips in their own shit trying to get these again, which I'm happy. I've got 3 more copies if anybody's interested. Phantasm, man, I'll give you a hell of a deal. If you're going to be at the Living Dead weekend, if you want one for $100, there you go, $100, friend and family discount. But so they're not relicensing Friday the 13th. That's interesting because they could possibly do the 4K box set Friday the 13th.
you see them doing that?
No, they're not doing it now for sure because like it's going. I'm not going to say for sure. I mean, if a good enough deal come along, they need something like that though. They desperately need a big set like that or a big release of some sort.
Yeah, I just don't think at this point they're even trying really to keep up with everybody else. I think they're just like, all right, we gotta cut the losses and we just gotta focus on what we do best, which is release like Beverly Hillbilly sets or whatever the shit Shout Factory's doing now. Um, but yeah, they're not doing anything like trying to keep up with Vinegar Syndrome or Severin or TerraVision or any of those
Right.
companies. No.
And I think that ultimately, getting rid of old stock, they're clearing up space too because they don't want to be renting
Yeah.
out these big warehouses full of stuff if they
That's
don't,
exactly it. Yeah.
yeah, if they don't
They're
have
they're
to.
literally doing what everybody else says they're doing, but never are, which is they're like liquidating their warehouse. Like they probably are really finding boxes of shit.
Well,
Like they
and it looks like new items are getting put up on like a daily basis or not, well,
yeah.
new prices for some of this stuff. So if one thing that I will get if they have it cheap enough is those Sleepaway Camp sequels. They dropped those down to like $59.99. I don't know what they were before, but if they were to drop them maybe another $10 or $15, I probably would go for those. That includes the poster and all that shit.
They
The
probably will, man. They'll probably eventually do all that.
the big old bun of baby. But yeah, at one time I had like all that stuff in my cart, and I just kept thinking about it. And then all of it was available for a while. They have that new Black Sunday 4K for $21.99 with the poster. That thing just came
I
out.
know that's crazy cheap for that too.
Yeah.
But Mayor asked an interesting question: is Masker Video doing better than Scream Factory? Not really. No. I mean, at least Scream Factory has actually released some things. I think Masker Video's released one thing in like the past
Yeah.
year.
Masker Video's got their first release in a year and a half. Yeah. It just came out. So the Hong Kong stuff, man. Yeah. Like, and the blaxploitation stuff. They had that one on Amazon with the 20% discount, that blaxploitation 4K set for like $80, 6 4Ks. So that's very cheap for Scheme Factory.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the bottom line is they're still surviving for now. But, you know, I think that their time is running out ultimately. I mean, they're scaling back quite a bit, according to my source, and layoffs and all that. New acquisitions are very limited in 2026. Lots of reissues and relicenses, basically, is what we're hearing.
Well, that's a shame. I really thought they were going under. I was going to celebrate, but fuck.
We'll just
I
say
love
that for
how
another
you know
day.
this is fucking hilarious too. I love how when we were talking about this, like all three of us and stuff, Garrett was like genuinely upset.
It's like that picture that our buddy Marvin did. That's so great. Like he's crying.
I'm like, dude, how could you give a shit about a company that so doesn't give a shit about you or anybody else? Like,
Yeah. But that's the latest on Scheme Factory, Shit Studios, whatever you want to call them. My source is not Michael Felcher. He ain't going to tell me nothing.
that's true. Felcher,
I think Felcher hates Scream Factory too. At the end of the day, if he would be honest, like I'm thinking he's not a big fan of those motherfuckers anymore either. What do you think?
but Felcher's never going to tell you anything like that. Like he's never going to give an opinion like that out. But my guess is no. My guess is like they either screwed him over on some project or like they just wouldn't have him do any more. Something happened there. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's not a fan of Scream Factory anymore.
You know, I think it's the same thing with Sean Clark. I mean, I don't know that for certain, but I don't feel like he's a huge Scream Factory fan.
Yeah, he
either.
don't like him anymore either. Fuck him.
And I feel like they kind of did all this to themselves over the years.
A big thanks goes out to our supporters over at DEADPIT on Patreon.com. You can get hours upon hours of great content, right, Uncle Bill?
There's so many hours of content. We've got reviews. We've got songs. We've got live streams. We've got exclusive streams. We've got non-exclusive streams. We've got streams with all kinds of celebrities and all kinds of different old shows from the past podcast, the initial incarnation of the show. All of that can be yours.
DEADPIT on Patreon.com. Show us a little bit of love. Give us some money because we definitely deserve it. That Patreon page is so killer that you'll rub your bird to it on a nightly basis. It's that good.
You won't be able to contain yourself. You'll have to jerk your bird out and go crazy. I mean, that's how much content that we have. So much content that it's massive and it will massively smack you in the face.
You'll play with your bird so much, pretty soon you'll be looking around for somebody else's bird to play with.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite Filipino bitch, Miss Slatko Fudd, telling you about shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. And it's the best goddamn deal on horror shirts you will ever see. New shirts, old shirts, all the in-between shirts. God damn it, bulls, go over the shop.deadpit.com. You ain't down with that. You can go to fucking hell.